Today we're changing it up downtown Orlando, asking locals a bunch of questions on like why they moved here, where they're from, what they do, why they love Orlando, or maybe why they don't. Stay tuned. We're doing an interview about people living in Orlando. Would you want to be interviewed?
No.
No? All right. You live here? We're just doing an interview with some locals, if that's okay, if you had a couple minutes.
No.
No? All right, it's all good.
Thank you, though.
An interview for downtown, just people that live in Orlando. Would that be okay? All right, thanks.
Man, we couldn't get anybody.
People downtown are a little tough to get to know. We're doing like a YouTube video about like living downtown. Could you get interviewed for like 2 minutes? Yeah? All right, awesome. All right, very cool. All right, so how long have you lived in downtown?
About 8 months now.
8 months, okay, cool. So you relocated to the area?
Yes.
All right, cool. Where from?
Well, originally Fort Lauderdale, and then I lived in Mount Dora just before here.
Mount Dora's beautiful. We love Mount Dora.
It is beautiful.
Yeah. So what brought you to live in Orlando?
I'm a city girl,
You're
and
a city
I
girl.
love the city. So I wanted to live in Mount Dora, or in Orlando, but my daughter wanted me in Mount Dora, so I started out there, but then I ultimately ended up here.
You wanted the city living?
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome. And so how do you like it so far? 8 months in?
I love it.
And so what is it that you love about living downtown?
The walkability. I love being able to walk everywhere, and there's so many things to do on foot. My car never leaves the parking garage, maybe once a week at most.
Yeah.
So I love that.
That's awesome. And so if you were a developer and you're bringing something to the area, what would you want them to bring to the area?
Cleanliness.
Cleanliness, okay. That's helpful.
Yeah.
That's helpful. What about like restaurants or anything like that? Any shops that you wish that were downtown?
I wish there were a little bit more boutiques around here. There's not much. I mean, there's Nicole Miller across the street, but there's not much in the way of like clothing shops or things like that. So that would be nice, yeah.
Very cool. So you feel like you maybe have to drive to get to the stuff that you want?
Exactly, yeah.
Okay. All right, cool. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're
Have a good one.
welcome.
Bye. Bye. Do you guys live in Orlando?
I do.
You do? We're interviewing like locals. Do you have like a couple minutes for us?
You know what? I'm down.
You're down? All right.
Let's
Yes.
go. Thank you.
All right, cool. So what's your names?
My name's Joelle.
Joelle. So how long have you lived in Orlando?
It's been about 15 years.
15. So you've seen this kind of like completely change a bit.
Oh yeah, absolutely, 100%.
Yeah. What brought you to the area originally?
16 years old and I was in New Jersey, and honestly it was probably a better life to move to Orlando than it is to stay in New Jersey.
That makes a lot of sense. So have you enjoyed it? 15 years is a long time. So
Honestly, it just keeps growing. You live in a place that people want a vacation, so honestly it's kind of like paradise a little bit.
okay, if you could change one thing about downtown or even Orlando in general, what would you change?
The traffic, you know that.
Yeah.
I mean, if you lived here for so long, I-4 is just the biggest headache ever.
Yeah.
So
If you had to like talk to the developers and say one thing you wished was here, like whether that's shopping or restaurants, what would you change that way?
if I could probably pick one thing I could let them know, I would say more restaurants. I guess, you know, it's not a lot. You get to see little like mom and pop places every so often, but I think more like local businesses would be really nice to see. You just see a lot more like corporate style restaurants, so
Chains and that kind of thing?
yeah, like that type of stuff. So it would be nice to kind of just go in there, and I guess perfect example would be like a Winter Park kind of setup. You know, they have those little isolated restaurants. So
Yeah.
seeing that more in downtown Orlando would be really nice.
Yeah, heck yeah. And then what's one thing you love about it? Wrapping up.
The weather, man. I mean, this is perfect time. Like sometimes it can get real hot, but when it's nice, it's just nice. Like it's just beautiful.
All right, cool. Awesome. Thanks.
Thank you
Thanks,
guys.
guys. Appreciate it.
No problem, guys.
So one cool thing about Orlando is they're actually doing I-4 Ultimate, which is they're putting a toll road right down the middle of I-4. So traffic hopefully will be alleviated. They're also adding to 417 and 429, widening those roads to help some of the growth that we have here, which is great. This is harder than you'd imagine.
Yeah, what is this for?
So I'm a real estate agent. I have a YouTube channel. We're just like moving to Orlando. So like why people live here. So what was your name?
My name's Tyler.
Tyler. And so how long have you lived in Orlando?
My whole life I was actually born and raised here.
Well, you're like a unicorn.
I'm a unicorn now. Yeah.
Cool. So why have you stayed?
I love Orlando. I feel comfortable here. I actually moved away for 3 years and I missed it so much that I came back.
No kidding.
My family lives here. I grew up coming to Lake Eola, so I just really love Orlando.
That's awesome.
It's our home.
That's awesome. So what would you change if you had one thing to change?
Oh God, I-4 is the worst.
That's like the number one thing, yeah.
I-4 sucks, but I'm really hoping that this big project they're doing is going to make it better. So we'll see.
Yeah, that's awesome. Very, very cool. If you were a developer making changes to Orlando in general, what would you want to see here?
Oh goodness, I don't know. More parks. I really love parks. They're really cool to hang out in. I don't know. I really just more nature.
Yeah, more green space.
More green. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Very cool. And then what's something that you absolutely love about Orlando?
Oh, I would say the people, but that's just because I'm from here and I love, how eclectic people are here. There's not a lot of people from Orlando, so you get to meet a lot of different people from different countries, from different places, and it's really cool to get to know that and have them all come together.
I love it. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. See ya. That's a good one, though.
Finally, we're getting rolling. See the farther.
guy.
He's looking at you.
Should we interview him?
Probably not.
Wow!
Whoa! Cool. So what's your name?
Cesar Cruz.
Cesar Cruz. And so how long have you lived in Orlando?
About 13 years.
Nice. So what brought you here? What brought you to the area?
Well, I live in Winter Park, so before that I live in Sanford.
Yep.
And I used to work in Winter Park, restaurants.
Gotcha. And how do you like living in Orlando?
I love it.
Yeah. If you had to make like one change to the area in general, what would you make a change to?
I'm not sure. I would like to see more arts, more music.
Yeah, more music, more production, that kind of thing.
Yep.
Yeah, very cool. And what's something that you absolutely love about it?
It's family oriented.
Yeah,
I have
very
two
cool.
kids, so
Very cool. And do you go down to the parks, enjoy like Disney, Universal, all that kind of stuff?
yeah, we just got Legoland passes.
Yeah. And how's that? Have you been?
Yeah, we've been once. We're hopefully going this Sunday.
Oh man, we gotta check out Legoland. Well, I haven't. That's awesome. Cool. Thanks, Caesar.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. So what was your name?
Erica,
Erica. How long have you lived in Orlando?
3 years.
3 years. Where were you originally from?
Biloxi.
Yeah. So from Biloxi to Orlando, what brought you here?
A business.
A business. Cool. And how do you like living in Orlando?
Love it.
You love it. If you had to make like one change to Orlando, what would it be?
The hours.
The hours?
No, yeah, the hours. We want.
And what's one thing maybe you love about it?
I love the people. The people are fun.
Very cool. You ready? Let's go. All right, here we go. Same deal. Same questions. All right, ready? What's your name?
My name's Chris.
Chris. How long have you lived in Orlando?
I've lived in Orlando for probably about 30 years.
30. So you're a lifer.
Yeah, well, no, I wasn't born here, but yeah.
Pretty darn close.
Yeah.
So what do you love about Orlando?
I love the family atmosphere. It's home.
Yeah. Lots to do, right?
Yeah, of course.
What's your favorite thing to do in Orlando?
Drink at the local, man. I believe this is the bar.
Where are we right now?
The local draft house.
If you had to make one change to the city of Orlando or the around here, what would you change?
The ignorance.
The ignorance, and how so?
Just because people think that they're entitled here. It's like Miami, and this is home. This is the neighborhood. Orlando's the inner city.
A little bit more chill.
Yeah, of course.
All right, cool, man. Thanks.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
And so what's your name?
Josh.
Josh, how long have you lived in Orlando?
4 years.
4 years, cool. What originally brought you here?
School.
School. UCF?
Yeah.
I'm a genius, this guy. So what do you, if you could make, wave a magic wand and change something about Orlando, what would it be?
I-4.
I-4, we've got that a lot today. And so what's something that you love about it?
I like how everyone's welcoming, and it's like a small town, but still kind of has a big feel a little bit. So that's what I like about it.
I love that. If you were a developer, what would you bring to the area? Like if you were walking around, you're like, you know what this place needs? It needs something.
I think a major sports team.
I agree. Major sports team. We've got the Magic.
Yeah, but like football. Let's have football.
Football. All right.
Maybe football.
Mark it down.
Okay.
Cool. Thanks again. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. What's your name?
Carrie,
Carrie. And so how long have you lived in Orlando?
about 6 years.
6 years. Cool. What brought you to here originally?
I needed a change from Miami.
From Miami?
Moving in with a friend, yeah.
Very cool. And so if you you're walking around here and you could make a change, you're like, I wish this town had X. What would that be?
Oh goodness. I guess easier transportation to the theme parks from here.
From here?
Yeah.
So transportation.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. What's something that you love about Orlando?
Oh my gosh, it's so diverse. You have the theme parks and you have downtown Orlando, you have Lake Eola, like there's so much different, areas that you don't really get tired and bored.
Heck yeah, I love it. And so is it cool if we use this video?
Sure.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
All right, so that's why people move to Orlando, and it's a lot of what you'd think. Like, nobody's from here, besides the one lady that we met that was like the unicorn that's from here. People are from all over. They're here for different reasons, and pretty much the one thing that we all can agree on is the traffic's not the greatest. So hopefully that gets alleviated. But listen, if you're looking to move, buy or sell a house anywhere in Central Florida, my team and I would love to be your real estate resource of choice. So first off, hit that subscribe button, and then we'll see you guys on the next video.